6 of the FIM MX1 MX2 Motocross World Championship took place in Portugal at the circuit of Agueda. In MX2 Race One, Jeffrey Hurlings took the whole shot and from there was never headed. Behind him, Jose Boutron, Jake Nichols and Jordi Tixier were having their own little battle for second position. Dean Ferris was there in second for much of the race though. This was a battle for third with Boutron and then Tixier sneaking up the inside. Jake Nichols and then Boutron and Tixier had their own little battle going on. Jake Nichols finding a way through first and then Tixier repaying the favour, but then at the end of the next straight, Nichols turned left hard. The two wheels clashed and that was Tixier down on the deck. Wasn't the first of the mistakes that Tixier would make either, and he would eventually come home in 7th position, but Jake Nichols would come home second. Tixier then having to fight hard through the field to gain an advantage, but it was Hurlings who was a runaway leader by more than a minute. Nichols was second, Boutron third from Charlier, Ferrandis and Ferris. When the gate dropped for MX1 Race One, it was Tony Cairoli on the Rebel KTM who stormed through turn 1, and he was always kept under close contention from the 21 of Gauthier Paulin, who eventually, after lap 6, found a way through. Cairoli looked to back off slightly there and maybe follow the French Grand Prix winner from Bulgaria 2 weeks ago. But just behind him, Max Nagel found a way through into 4th place with this pass on Jeremy Van Hoorbeek. Cairoli was in second with the South third, and as the race went on, these two started to pull away from the Rockstar Energy Suzuki rider DeSalle. Then Cairoli started to close in on Gauthier Paulin, and it was a battle and a showdown between the two giants of MX1, Gauthier Paulin number 21 and Tony Cairoli 222. But then a lap to go, Cairoli had a big off on the downslope coming out of turn 2, picked his bike up, he'd lost his front brake. You'll see that hanging down by the side of the bike in a moment, but he picked himself up, got going, stopped again just to hold the cable in his hand, and eventually brought it home to finish in 3rd position. But it was a win for Paulin, DeSalle second, Cairoli third. MX2 Race 2 was a bit more processional. Jeffrey Hurlings got a whole shot from Ferris, Tixier and Koldenhoff, and that's how the first 4 positions would stay. Jeffrey Hurlings, though, made a couple of mistakes along the way. One here with a couple corners from the finish line, and another time he stalled. This is Tonkov and Anstey colliding. That put Max Anstey down from 9th place to 11th. But he was obviously in the middle of the track. Bike got landed on a couple of times. One of the guys collecting him was Mel Pocock on the Monster Energy Yamaha. He would finish in 9th place. But Dean Ferris was having a good ride, just like he was before a mistake in race 1. And he was up there in second for the whole of the race 2. Jose Boutron was having a good ride as well, but didn't get a good start and would eventually finish in 6th place. Hurlings took the victory. Dean Ferris was second, Jordi Tixier was third from Glenn Koldenhoff and Christophe Charlier with Boutron in 6th. And your overall Grand Prix was Jeffrey Hurlings with 2 wins. Dean Ferris with a 6th and a 2nd was second overall, and Jose Boutron was a 3rd and a 6th was third. Jeffrey Hurlings, of course, still leads the World Championship after round 6, and it's Brazil in 2 weeks' time at Beto Carreira. Of course, Hurlings still leads the championship. Tony Skillington on hand to give Jeffrey Hurlings the red plate. Signifies he is still the championship leader in MX2. In MX1 Race 2, the gate dropped, and once again, Tony Cairoli, but holding a tight line was Gauthier Paulin. Kendedika got pushed wide and would have to start from about 5th position, but the battle was just like it was in Moto number 1. Cairoli, Paulin and DeSalle, the battling trio, going after the race win. Tony Cairoli was not to be outdone though, because number 100, Tommy Searle, was making a bad start in 8th position, eventually came through to 4th, passing the likes of David Philipparts en route as well. He then went on to pass Jeremy Van Hoorbeek, and that put him in 5th place until about 2 laps to go, and you'll see the reason why. Towards the end of the race, DeSalle looked like he was slowing down, but then he put in the fastest lap from absolutely nowhere, and then this happened. High speed, down into turn 1, over the handlebars, beat himself up, picked himself up as well, rejoined the race in 3rd, but would eventually come home in 5th, a very battered and bruised Belgian rider. Tony Cairoli won the race, Paulin was 2nd, and he would win the overall Grand Prix. Kenda Dijker capitalised on DeSalle's crash, coming home 3rd. Tommy Searle 4th, equalling his best result of the season, and DeSalle a battered and bruised 5th, but it was good enough for 3rd overall. 2nd overall was Tony Cairoli, your overall winner though. Back-to-back wins now in successive Grand Prix for Gauthier Paulin and Kawasaki Racing Team. But Tony Cairoli still leads on the Red Bull KTM. After 6 rounds, he's looking forward to going to Brazil in 2 weeks' time.